I'm not showing no videos today. I will show them tomorrow, probably at 10 a.m. But before anything, I want to give thanks to the primordial great mother. I want to give thanks to her, the ancestral spirits of creation, the divine ancestral spirits of creation, the archangels, the angels. I want to give thanks to all the ancestors. I'm going to say Ashe, yeah, Bobo. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get started on some things. All right. There's nothing to fear about the government shutdown. What we are now witnessing is a transformation and a changing of the guards. We are about to witness and go through a whole lot. So sit tight, hold on to the rope. We're about to go through a serious transition. Um, the videos I'm gonna show tomorrow is to help elevate the melanated woman and also the man, because the melanated man comes from the melanated woman, but it's also to inform humanity itself about how we've been lied to. We've been lied to numerous times, over and over again. The whole entire human race been lied to. I have found videos when I told y'all they talk bad about our spiritual practices. I found the video that show how they practicing our stuff behind closed doors. I'm gonna show all that tomorrow. They don't want you to know. They don't really want us to know how they practice voodoo and all of that behind closed doors. Why? Because of the power. The power of it. And they give you the King James Version of the Bible and have you thinking that that was the righteous way to go. Look, they don't want you to know your power. They don't want you to know your destiny. They don't want you to know who you are, what you are, where you come from. Hmm.
Thank you.
So, in so many ways.
To give you my baby hug.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Love
thank
you.
you. Love you too.
I'll go back upstairs and play again.
Okay, that was my daughter. So, all right. So what it is, they don't want you to know anything about your spiritual practices, where you come from, who you are, anything at all. But they have their ways of taking our stuff, flipping it, and then trying to say it's evil. But meanwhile, they're left behind closed doors and calling us stupid and all of that, crazy and everything. They don't want you to know anything about who you really are. And they send agents on these YouTube streets, per se, to convince you that there's the most high and that our stuff is demonic and witchcraft and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. I pity the fool that's a fool that don't even know what he's going through, don't even know that he is actually needing to go back to school because he is totally, or she, a fool. A fool teaches foolish ways. A fool always tell you to have a nice day, because the real word for nice is fool, foolish. The etymology of that word. We are dealing with people that are on these YouTube streets that literally claim to be so spiritual but are not spiritual at all, but are actually false on everything they take and talk about and show and display. But I've been showing y'all videos about the Kundalini. I'm going to show y'all I'm going to show y'all information on the symptoms of the awakening of the Kundalini tomorrow. I found some stuff. Now, we're dealing with a lot of foolishness and a lot of people that's foolish and buffoonery and foolish shit that's going on YouTube. You got too many agents out here that's not telling you, melanated people, telling you, the human race, about what the Sam hell is really going on, and about how Tiamat is resurrecting and she's waking up her children. And let alone, the children are not just women, they're men too. See, the story goes that a lot of people don't know that Tiamat had sons that was against their siblings. and that those children that were sons of Tiamat unified with some of the daughters of Tiamat that didn't go against her. But a lot of her children went against her, both male and female, to put her back in her slumber. But this is the thing. They also incarnated in this realm. How you doing, peace? They incarnated in this realm too. Both sides. And a lot of them don't want to give her recognition. They don't want to give her recognition at all. So let it be real serious that you have too many of them on here. You know what I'm saying? Too many of them on here that don't really understand, overstand, understand, and understand what's happening. You got people on here that need to really start doing their homework. I'm not saying everybody. The real Most High, if you want to be technical, on a spiritual level, is the crown. The 33 vertebrae of your spinal cord is Jacob's ladder. And when you reach the point of going to the Most High, that is dealing with the Kundalini resurging or awakening in your body. And the Kundalini itself is the divine feminine energy. Some people say the divine feminine, which means that it also is connected to this year, this so-called year in the Gregorian calendar, which is their calendar. So what I'm here to say is that you've been lied to. You've been lied to thanks to the so-called Vatican, the United States Corporation. And also I found videos to let you know that this is Egypt of the West. I'm going to play a lot of those tomorrow. And I got a surprise for all y'all melanated sisters, because now you're about to find out how they kept you from the dark. Well, kept you from the light, and they kept on keeping you in so-called in the dark. You brothers, I'm about to show y'all that tomorrow. Got some videos on that so y'all can see how y'all been lied to. They're going to keep on lying. They don't want you to reawaken, because many of you don't even realize that you are what they call God's incarnated. That's what they don't want you to know. So, beloveds, I'm letting you know that our time, during this time of the shutdown, is actually a revolutionary process that's taking place within our bodies. A transformation that is happening. Those who get that high-pitched ringing sound, those who are getting premonitions, those of you who are having visions, that's a part of the Kundalini rising. And that's also a part of the transformation. I want to also say, many people are doing videos on narcissism. Many people are doing videos on narcissism. And I want to tell you all, question a lot of these individuals. Many of them never took up psychology in college, and they don't have a doctorate in that. Be careful on who you follow, because you could be going down a rabbit hole that you cannot get out of. Be careful of those that claim to be something they're not, and they're really not who they claim to be. Be careful of those that claim to be conscious, and I hate to use that term. Those that claim to be aware, and they're not. For they walk and talk like you and act like you, but they're not you. You are unique in your own right, and letting you know. Because those that talk about narcissism all the time, chances are that they're one. And you're talking to somebody that talked to a therapist, and I get to share a breakdown of narcissism. So keep that in mind, y'all. Stay away from everybody that be talking about that all the time, and stay away from those that don't know what they're saying. Because if they're not a doctor in it, if they're not actually in the field of that, of psychology or characteristical traits of that particular deficit, then you are being misled. That's why on here we don't talk about stuff like that. But I really felt like it needed to be said because a lot of people are being misled. We have to understand that in these social media streets, that everybody want to talk a good game and try to say that they're game, but guess what? They don't know what they're saying, and they also in their own lane because of the confusion that they're bringing. There's too much chaos and confusion going on, and you have to know how to decipher who is actually in it to help out humanity and those who are just in it to help out their pockets. We over here, we're not for likes and views all the time. It's going to be things that you might not agree with, but that's okay. We are on here to agree to disagree. But I digress from that. Okay? Back to our regular schedule programming. We are now going to face a lot of transformations and changes within our spiritual being on our physical vessel. Be aware of that. Know that it's happening. Many of you are actually going through a lot of transformations on the spiritual level. You're actually feeling a lot of strong premonitions, visions. I told you that the veil is gone. Some of you are seeing apparitions. Some of you are actually hearing people calling your name and they're not there. Okay? Some of you are actually experiencing out-of-body experiences. Okay? Which is out-of-body experiences, OBE, which is dealing with the etheric body leaving the physical body and going to different realms. Many of you are going through that. You're going through a lot of different situations with that, where you might be able to, you're actually traveling back in time, or which is going back to the ancient civilizations, or you're going back into another past life that you're starting to remember, and it's catching you up to this life. So we're facing that too. You understand? We're going through a whole nother structure, a whole nother paradigm of rediscovering who we are, if that makes any sense. So we're going into this transformational stage where we're being able to go back into other lifetimes through astral projection. Some of us are actually going into another realm of higher consciousness or awareness. And we're realizing we're not these physical bodies. Some of us are also able to see our relatives that transcended to the next life, or may I say into the next realm. Some of you are going through that. I'm just giving you some examples. All of it is not going to be, sequential order, but I'm just giving you some examples. Okay? Some of you have been going through this a lot of the time through your entire life, didn't know what was going on with yourselves. Some of you have been going through, how can I say? Some of you have been going through like a lot of situations in life that could be considered hellacious or an up and down period. You could be going through financial problems. You could be going through family problems. You could be going through problems at your job or whatever. Even if you own your business, you probably be going through stuff with your business. I'm just giving you a little bit of things. And the reason why I say that, because you have been called. You have been called to go through these experiences because it's going to make a better version of you. And it's also the divine mother or the divine primordial mother or the creator herself that's trying to let you know what's up. Like what you might need to check up on yourself, check yourself on things and start going back to see what you're doing wrong to get you back on the right transitional state of doing things correct. So I'm just giving y'all a little bit of pieces of that. Okay. Um, Tomorrow, the videos I'm gonna show. I found the video that's breaking down two videos that breaking down America, and and one of the videos is talking about how America is connected to Hat Haru. You say, who the heck is Hat Haru? Hat Haru is another name for Hathor, which is also connected to Pleiades. I know that's interesting, isn't it? Pleiades or Hathor, when I say the Hathor herself, is connected to the planet Venus. Now, many of you probably remember I was talking about how Hathor and Oshun were similar, had similar energies, right? And I told y'all how Oshun is connected to a lot of things and all of that other stuff. Excuse me. I told you how Hathor is also connected to the Disney character Maleficent. How they both have the horns. How Hathor and her have the same horns. Hathor is considered the wife and sister of Haru. Haru is they call Haru the sky god, right? In ancient Kemet, or god of the skies, which is representing the hawk. The hawk or Haru also symbolizes in Ifa Shango, which is the god of thunder, which is connected to Thor. But I digress. This country itself is also Kemet of the West. Shout out to Dr. Yoke and many other teachers that talked about this. And a lot of people starting to reawaken and start realizing that this country is Egypt of the West, which is connected to the melanated people, the original inhabitants of this country, which is also connected to the connection to Egypt over there in the so-called Africa. But I digress on that too. But we're going to really start talking about other things tomorrow. I just want to do a short live on what we want to talk about a little bit. But I also want y'all to know not to worry about the whole government shutdown. That is actually a process that's actually being done to keep you in the distraction of pretty much falling into another trap. That's all it's about. It's another trap. To have you say, oh, woe is me, and get you into a mental breakdown. Because they want to capture your spirit again. They want to come after you again with another distraction. Then they also still dealing the Diddy distraction. They got other distractions that's taking place too. But nobody's not talking about the latest earthquakes, the latest sinkholes. They're not talking about the latest volcanic eruptions. They're not talking about that. They're not talking about the landslides that's happening right now as we speak. They're not talking about how the ocean is acting up. Because they're constantly hitting you with these distractions. And you say, well, Nick, why are you talking about the sinkholes and all this other stuff, right? Because it's a part of the distraction show. They won't let you know what Tiamat is doing. They don't want you to know that Tiamat is literally going through a lot of transgressions, a lot of transformations. So they're going to keep on bringing these distractions because she is trying to reawaken her children and you know that you have direct link to that dragon energy, which is connected to the Kundalini energy. And that you are connected to that Kundalini energy. They don't want you to know that. That's why they're constantly bringing you distractions on YouTube and bringing you these different agents and letting you know all this falseness and not letting you look within self and start doing your own research and find out how you're truly connected to the divine feminine or the divine primordial mother. They don't want you to know this stuff. You got to remember, we stayed in the Piscean age for so long now, since the so-called age of Aquarius is bringing to the revelations of the divine mother. They don't want you to connect back to her. So all of you that's saying the most high this and the most high that, you better start changing that tone, because you keep on saying he. You should be saying she. You should be saying she, not he. Because the secret is, or the sacred wisdom is, in the beginning there was her, then it became him. Because she created him. not him creating her. See, that's something they don't want you to understand. Um, and also to all those brothers and sisters that are not dirty Moors, that know the truth out there. All the brothers and sisters that are from the Arawak Nation, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. All y'all from the Yamasee Nation, y'all know what time it is. The Washita Mound Builders, y'all know what time it is. Shout out to the Empress of the Washita. Shout out to the Chief of the Yamasee. Shout out to, what's the name of, oh my goodness, the Geechee Gullah. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Ifa village in South Carolina. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know. Oh yeah, to the brothers and sisters of Haiti, shout out to y'all that also know what time it is, that practice the voodoo. Shout out to y'all. I want to say a big bonjour to all of y'all. So yeah, just let y'all know. I know a little bit of Creole, not too much. I'm still learning. But I wanted y'all to know, all our brothers and sisters to know. Oh yeah, shout out to the sisters and brothers down in Louisiana, New Orleans, that's practicing our stuff and our science and not getting the credit. Shout out to all of y'all that's practicing our stuff that look like us. It's time to claim back what's rightfully ours again. Give them back their King James. Give them back their King James. Give them back all that shit. Give them back all of that. There ain't nothing wrong with it, but give it back to them because they're not telling you the truth behind it. Let it be known that when they use that King James and those Vatican people in the churches and all of that, what they don't tell people is that they get people that practice our science and put them somewhere hiding, practicing the rights of our stuff to keep them in power. Keep that in mind, y'all. That's what they do. But shout out to the real ones that's doing it. Shout out to Conjure Queen, all of y'all that's really doing the work. The ones that's really doing the work, that really know what time it is, that know about the Cosmic Mother. All y'all that really know the real truth about the Cosmic Mother, I give a shout out to y'all because now we need to wake up. And for the record, I want to say this to people that thought she could shut up one of her children. Keep in mind that she has more children. Out of one, there's many. Elusibus unum, one out of many. Just keep in mind there's legions of us. Legions of us. And we are now waking up and we are claiming back our mother because we know what time it is. I told y'all sooner or later there's going to be a final showdown coming. That final showdown, y'all about to find out and see the rise of not just the matriarch, but her children. You're about to witness that. You're about to witness the rise of the matriarch getting back to the great primordial mother and her children. And when her children fully awaken, that's when change will come. There's so much I want to touch bases on tonight, but I'm not going to be able to do that. I just want y'all to know, keep your energies up. Keep your spirits up. Do not let nobody stop you and your progression. Because those that try to talk bad about you and point fingers at you and talk greasy about you all, and I'm talking about to the children of Tiamat, the daughters and sons that know about them coming down here in this realm or coming into this realm and heard that call. And that is in full aware of what? Their Kundalini energy and knowing that they have that serpentine energy, that divine feminine energy. Don't let nobody discourage you or try to knock you down on your journey. You are a reflection of her, both the male and female, that know about the primordial great mother. Don't let them shoot you down. Don't let them discourage you. Don't worry about them talking negative about you. What's unique about you all is that you've been in so-called hell and back, and you're still breathing because you have a higher call than those fools do. A fool can only make fun of listen. A fool can only make fun of somebody who thinks it's a fool when it's actually them. That's the fool. They get themselves caught up with their own wordplay. They get themselves caught up trying to remember what to say. You all are unique and you have the gifts to do what you came here to do. Do not let some buffoonery get in your way anymore. Y'all hear the call every time. Last time, many of y'all probably heard that high pitch ringing sound. They'll say it was this, but it's not that, y'all. I'm telling you. Many of you have high intuition. And they try to keep you down by trying to attack you. Could be family, friends, whatever. But this is it. You have been chosen. You all have been the real chosen. The real chosen. And we ain't talking about no biblical stuff. We're talking about you've been chosen by the primordial great mother herself. And y'all need to understand that it was the Vatican that talked bad about so-called Babylon. Did y'all know Babylon is one of her names? Y'all need to look up that war of Tiamat. Y'all need to look that war up. Y'all need to know who the Titans are. Y'all need to know all of that. You need to know all of this. I'm telling y'all, some of y'all don't even realize that you're an incarnated Titan living a human experience that's in this little small body of yours. Some of y'all need to realize what time it is now. The reawakening has begun, and they know that. Let me tell y'all something. They talking about all this and all of that, dealing with extraterrestrial stuff now. They're talking about this so-called asteroid, whatever the hell it is. They're talking about all of that. They're trying to keep you at bay. Then they also hit you with another hitter. The bills that you got to pay. They got to hit you with something else. What's that? Situations at home. Don't y'all know that they know who the real chosen are? I told y'all that, and I played a video on that. All y'all saying that you chosen, let me tell you, these people already knew who was the chosen ones from day one. You know how? The birth certificate. Your birth certificate. They have master astrologers, astronomers, and so on. So all y'all that saying y'all chosen, don't know about that. The real ones that's been so-called chosen, been through hell. Been made mockeries out of. The black sheep of the family. That have a serious connection to the spirit realm. That are divine healers. That went through ailments such as different ailments and sicknesses. And they're still here because they have a mission on this plane. Y'all need to understand a lot of people that have these ailments are healers, and they don't always have to deal with like medicine or herbs all the time. Don't you know one of the biggest cures is laughter? You got people that can make people laugh. That's a sign of a healer too. Some of you call them comedians and all of that, but you got people that's natural born comedians and not even on television or telling about lies to your vision. You all are very unique. Don't let nobody tell you that you are not at all, because you are. And I'm talking to those that know what I'm talking about, that have a true direct link to the primordial great mother herself. Do not let these beings in your way, and don't let them knock you off your path. Now, when you hear, I'm gonna tell you a little something. When you hear somebody say "knock you off your square," that's a Masonic term. So all you that's saying I'm on my square, that's Masonic terms, y'all. And a lot of people be saying that, "Oh, I'm on my square. Don't knock me off my square." I just want to let y'all know about that too. Some people be telling on themselves and don't realize it. But they keep the secrets. Those orders kept the secrets about Tiamat, about the sacred geometries. I mean, the sacred geometry, not geometries, but geometry. Because they don't want you to know that the sacred geometry really is the so-called black woman and the womb of her, which is directly connected to the galaxies and also the constellational realms that you mentioned, like the Pleiades, Orion, Sirius A, Sirius B. All of that is connected to that womb. But I digress yet again. I just want to do a quick live to just shed a little light and let y'all know what's up, so y'all can, know what's happening. Tomorrow I'm going to bring forth the videos. I might do a little bit of commentary. It depends on how I feel at that moment. But this is not my channel. This is your channel or our channel. Please understand that. Like, share, subscribe. Keep everything going, y'all. We got to keep moving forward on our journey. Do not let this government shutdown get in your way of your transformation and your spiritual path. And stay away from these people that's talking about narcissism on their videos and don't know the breakdown. They're not doctors and they never got a doctorate on it. I'm telling you from what my therapist tell me. Stay away from people like that. My therapist told me that. So all jokes aside, stay away from people like that, please. Because they don't know what that means. If they don't have MD and they don't show that they have credentials of being a therapist or doctor or psychologist, please do not pay them no mind. Please. They have to have what they call receipts and also credentials to speak on anything like that. Stay away from people that try to talk about psychological stuff and they're not even in that league. You understand? I'm talking about the ones that's giving you the wrong information. You got some people that are herbalists that know this stuff. You got what I'm saying? Some of these people that are herbalists, they probably did go to school or they started doing research on their own too, and they got their doctorates and all of that. Some of them do. So just keep away from these people that are negative, and keep away from these people that don't know what the hell they're talking about, because they are another form of a distraction and knock you off your path. Their job is to knock you off your path, period. They are archons. You don't know what an archon is. ARCHON. Look that up. You'll be able to identify an archon. Because they'll be all about themselves, not about the upliftment of humanity. They don't know nothing about sacrificing to uplift humanity. They only know how to take and let everything be built around them. Okay, beloveds? Negadezo, I love all of y'all. Peace, love, light, darkness, supreme balance, which is the divine feminine and divine masculine, bring forth supreme balance, which is the yin and yang. Love all of y'all. May the great mother protect those and protect you, the ones that are striving for righteousness. And may she protect and guide you on your journey, which we call life, as us being spiritual beings living in the human experience. I want to let y'all know that I appreciate you all. And may the divine primordial mother watch over you and yours. All jokes aside. You feel me? You are important. Don't let nobody take that from you. Love you. Peace.